Greetings and salutations, everyone. This is Tish from Happenstance Furniture and Sundries. In tonight's video, I'm going to start some Gypsy style bottles. Basically, if you're not familiar with Gypsy bottles, they're traditional wine bottles that have been decorated and in a certain style. Some of them are kind of boho, where they're bright and colorful, and some of them are more rustic. Some of them just have a decal on them. They're just different variations of the same thing. It's basically just a bottle that you can store stuff in, you can put flowers in, you can put them on a shelf and have them just sit there and be pretty. These are port wine bottles that I've removed the labels from and washed them very well. We have really hard water here though, so I'm going to take some rubbing alcohol and clean the bottles in a moment here. I'm using Polyform Model Air Drying Clay, just because this is the clay that I like the best, because it's got a very smooth texture, unlike a lot of people who use paper clay. Paper clay is very smooth and I like it well enough, and there's nothing wrong with it. I find that the Model Air clay has less of a texture and can pick up the fine details from these molds. If you look at like some of these molds here, they have a lot of detail in them. These are some Mod Podge molds that I got that have really intricate things. I don't use these with clay, I use these with resin because they are so tiny that unless you put it in the oven and dry it or let it dry, and even then when you pull them open they break. So I tend not to use these, but they're really cool. I mean, they're gears. I mean, I'm very into steampunk and everything, so these are fun to use with resins because that's the only thing I've found that doesn't break. But then I've got more gears. These ones I stick with resin. These ones I haven't tried using, like the sand dollar and the shell here. I thought maybe I would give a whirl to in paper clay. Maybe not tonight because I don't have the patience for it. I'll be honest. But I have this one too that has a couple of butterflies and an owl, some doves and a bird on a twig. These will probably be more for like a liquid polymer clay or again resin, and just because they have such this, like the owl there. I love owls, I absolutely love owls, and that's the whole reason why I bought this mold. I didn't even think how I would use this mold. I love the owl. He was cute and I wanted to use him for something. So, but it's a very fine detail as far as depth. Like this mold is really deep and the detail is really deep, but this just has very fine, light details. So I don't know if resin will actually work with that. I've never used it in these molds. I've used most of my resin that I've gotten my hands on have been in these two molds and this one. And I really like these molds. The white you see is cornstarch. Cornstarch helps the clay come out easier. But I've used these on my Facebook lives that I did last summer. I think I used a couple of these in that live. I was going to do something. I was going to cut pieces together, and I never ended up finishing that because I thought it looked kind of wonky. So, but I know that resin works really well with this. The tiny roses that are in there, you can see that. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. There's teeny tiny roses in there, and this is my favorite of all the molds that I had, was the one with the roses in it. I'm not a roses kind of person. It's really hard to find molds with daisies in them because usually the Victorian steampunk kind of style that I usually like. Doesn't have daisies. They're roses. But these are all key things. This one has actually a little face in it, if you look. I turned it the wrong way. It has a little face in it. And they're just keyholes. And I thought it'd be kind of cute to do these on a bottle. Find ones that have different keyholes, and then take one of the keys and make a resin cast out of it and have it hang off the bottle. I thought that would be kind of cute for a bottle. But this is the one that I am excited about. I just got this one, and I don't know how resin got on there already. Excuse me. I need a drink of juice. Hang on 1 second. Okay, much better. This is the new one that I just got. I had to buy a new hard drive for my PC, my tower, my computer, my Frankenstein. He is a Frankenstein. Actually, he's more of a Frankenstein's monster. I guess that would make me Frankenstein. I don't want to be well, okay, never mind. Off track. Stay focused, Tish. Stay focused. So, anyway, I had to get a hard drive, and I was really in a bad mood, so I did some emotional shopping, and this was $10. So it's like, okay, well, I'll just, you know, take $10 out of my grocery budget and spend it on something fun, because I think these are really pretty, and I think they'll look really nice, especially this one and this one and this one on a bottle. Oh, and maybe even these guys. I don't know, are they really different? Yeah, one kind of leans to the left and one kind of leans to the right. So, and there's extra leaves that you can go in and put extra leaves, extra roses. You know, for like this one, you can go in and put a rose here and a rose here, and then do, you know, leaf here and leaf here or here. So, without further ado, let's wipe down this bottle. I've just got a microfiber towel here to put down, so I don't get rubbing alcohol everywhere like I did last time I tried to use it. And I'm going to grab my paper towels. And I use Viva paper towels just because they seem to leave less lint behind than like the cheap ones. Even Bounty gets to be kind of linty in my opinion. Now, don't, you know, argue with me. I mean, I would like to know, hey, what kind of paper towels do you use? I also use shop towels. Those blue paper towels, those things are amazeballs. So maybe leave a comment in the section below there of what kind of paper towels you find are the best. I miss the old Viva paper towels. They look like cloth. These are the only ones I can find anymore. Either that or I'm just not looking in the right stores. But I usually go to Cub because it's right by my house, like literally right by my house. Okay, there's some water still in there. I don't know how that could happen considering how hot it's been. It's like you spit and it would dry like 30 seconds later. Okay. I just want to make sure there's no fingerprints on there. And I got most of the hard water and most of the adhesive. I know the adhesive off. I just soaked them for about an hour in hot water with Dawn dish soap. And the label, I took a fork, the edge of a fork, and just scraped off the label, and then hit it with a green scrubby, aka a Scotch Brite pad, I think they're called. I don't know. I call them green scrubbies because it works. Alright, give me one moment here. I just want to make sure that everything is going good. Alright. Okay, so I have a special little holder that I made, so I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way because it's kind of big. Let's move this back over here. There we go. These guys over here. These are my cornstarch brushes. And you'll see that I'll use them in a minute, but I gotta find a place for them. I need to get, I have my laptop on my left hand side on my TV tray. I need to get another TV tray to put on my right hand side so I can have stuff on both sides, because this is all the workspace I left myself. The rest of it's for my silhouette, my computer itself, because I have to stream from my computer because I haven't figured out how to have it work on my laptop and not crash my laptop. I know, buy a new laptop, but I'm a starving artist, so that can't happen. Okay, so I made these nifty holders. Now this is a cardboard tube from shrink wrap. Or were these? No, these were the ones that I got. Well, I've had these a long time. I got these when I worked at Sportech. Yay, Sportech. And they were the inner roll of the big, like, wrapper. They were big bags that went around what we made. So, I don't know, you can kind of see. So, you know, it's a big cardboard tube. So, you could probably do it with PVC. I got these for free. This is scrap plyboard that I got. It's not even, that's why it's scrap, it's falling apart. But it's gonna be good enough to, I'll put this down like this. And that's the back of the bottle, so we're gonna put that down. Just like so. And see that it holds my bottle nice and in place so it doesn't roll around. I'm not freaking out or anything. All right, I might freak out a little bit. So I'm going to move, I might use this one. I'm gonna move these out of the way. Oh, golly gee. I sincerely don't have room for stuff. Okay, we'll put that right there. That's a good spot. All right. And you know what? I forgot my glue. So what we're gonna do is we'll just lay them over there, lay them over the top. Well, let me go get my glue. I'll be gone in like 2 seconds because I want to glue them down, because otherwise they might shrink and not, I don't know. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Oh geez, hang on, 1 more second. Okay, sorry about that. I knew I'd forget something. Okay, so this is the glue that I use. Not a lot of crafters use this glue, but this stuff is made for exterior construction, okay? This is the bee's knees of glue. And to make it more adaptable for crafting, I put it in a little container and I use a brush to put it on. And then I wash out the brush with soap and water. But I couldn't find my brush. That's what took me so long, is I couldn't find my brush that I used with this. I couldn't find the open one I had either. So we got the gun. And Menards has these on sale fairly often. Oh, I gotta open the tip. Hang on. They're like 2 for $5. I mean, 2 tubes of, they're 9 fluid ounces. So I don't know. I don't recall the price of E6000, but this stuff doesn't stink like E6000. This stuff, E6000 gives me a headache if I use it for more than 5 minutes inside, and I got maybe 15 outside, and it just gives me a headache, and I have to dry my stuff outside. So in the wintertime, that's hard. This stuff doesn't stink as bad. It has a smell, but it doesn't stink. So what's your favorite adhesive that you use for your projects? I'd like to know. Maybe there's something that I haven't heard of that I would like to try. So let me know in the comments. Okay, so in typical fashion, I don't know if anybody's used a caulk gun, so I'm just going to show you. Stick the little tip in there, cut it off, bingo bango bongo. Now, does this one have a poker on it, or did I break the one off of this one? I don't think I need a poker. Yeah, I think I broke the poker off of this one. Huh, oops. Okay, we'll see if we can get going. So, ooh, sweet. Sorry, guys. And then I just take it and give it a squeeze and put a little bit in the bottom of the cup. Okay. There. Now take the undo the tension so it quits coming out. Now I'll mix this up. Ooh. I'll mix up, just a smidge. Well, that's more than a smidge. I'll mix up some of that with a little bit of water. Let's put the cap back on. Let's take that paper towel and we'll wipe off the edge here. There we go. Now, I usually put a piece of saran plastic wrap over the top and then put the cap on. I cut that really short too. Oops daisy. Oh well, it'll be good. I've got a lot of bottles that I cleaned the last couple of days. And because this is a project that I can do after like 10 o'clock at night or before 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so I'm just putting a little bit of water in there. I should have a popsicle stick in here somewhere. Oh, for Pete's sakes. What do I do with the popsicle sticks? I always have popsicle sticks in here. Okay, this will work. Haha. So I just put a little bit of, this stuff dries fairly quickly when it's connected to other things, like you have 2 things pressed together. So I'm just going to stir this up. I'm off camera, sorry guys, but this is just easier to do. It's like trying to mix cream cheese, okay? Have you ever tried to mix cream cheese with milk or anything like that? Okay, so trying to get it so it's a little bit more liquid-like. And I got into the habit of adding water with a mister when working with fondant and making, basically it's a fondant glue. You use fondant and then you add water to it till it becomes like a paste, and then it kind of dries differently. All right. A little bit more water. So let's see, I probably put 25 squirts, and this is just a little Mr. bottle from the travel section. All right, let me show you how this looks now. Now this will take a little bit more time to dry. It is, if you use it straight out of the tube, that stuff is like super sticky. Like it'll stick, you hold it in place for like 30 seconds and it'll stay. This, I don't even think it's 30 seconds, I think it's like 10. I used it with that pink foam core insulation. You know, those stuff with the Pink Panther on it. I can't think of the name of the stuff. If you know what the stuff's called, put it in the comments below, because I'd like to remember. Okay, it's a little lumpy, but we ain't got all night. So, all right. Okay. Oh, I'm too picky. Okay, I'm putting it down now. Okay, I said I was putting it down. Damn it. Okay, there. That works for me. Okay, so in this bag I've got colored stuff, but it feels a little hard and I don't feel like doing that much work right now. I will show this one, show that at another time, and maybe make a video and show how to mix the color in, and because this stuff is terracotta. I grabbed the wrong package and I didn't want terracotta to show through, but because I was distressing. So, but for this purpose, I don't really care. In fact, it might look kind of cool. So it comes in white and terracotta, which is this lovely orangish color, like a terracotta pot. Which, you know, I can see a purpose for it, but I need to go buy white. And I just keep it, I keep it in a in a plastic bag, like so. And then I keep it in like a Rubbermaid container as well. So it's like twice sealed, because this stuff is not cheap. I mean, it's not super expensive, but it's not cheap either. It's like, I think it's like $9 for a pound of it. I mean, it's more than a hamburger. All right, so I just like, what do I have on my finger? I must have glue on my finger. Okay. I'm just gonna work this a little bit. It's a little bit dry. If that happens to you, you know, and it's a little bit dry, now if you need to, put on gloves. But just take your spray bottle, spray a little water, and mix it up. But this, I think, will work now that I've got it moving. Okay, next step. We got our ball of clay. Ta-da! You bet you thought that was pudding, didn't you? You thought that was pudding. I ate the pudding a long time ago. That's my favorite chocolate pudding. Okay, besides the stuff I make from scratch. But this little guy is in there. So, and I actually have a video on how to make these. So I will, after the live is done, I will put a link to that video. So this is how I do this. I'm going to do all of them. Okay, and then I'm going to, where'd my brush go? Then I just kind of give it all a whirl so it gets in all the nooks and crannies. Okay. This is just a cheap dollar store brush that I cut off That's all that is. Nothing special. All right. Now, thing about clay that I like is that I can mold it to be what I want it to be. Okay, and I just use my finger and glide off the excess and push it where I need it. You see that? Let's move this guy out of the way just for a moment. Oh, what am I stuck on? Good. Okay. Okay, we're going to put him on my chair. Just don't sit down. Okay. I just stand up because I have to stand up to do this. Okay, can we see? Yeah. I don't have a way to bring it down. I'm looking for a tripod type thing. Oops. That I can use on my lives and also for recording video that I can bring up and down, because I have to go over the computer and zoom it in, and I have a table between me and my actual keyboard. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to take off the excess here in a second. Now this I use as a bold folder too, so when I'm folding paper, but it works for this purpose better. Okay, so just going to go from the center and pull out. Center and pull out. Center and pull out. Okay, and if it's kind of rough in the back, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be a little rough on the inside. Okay. I have to get one of those silicone bold folders that they use for card making and stuff. Those things seem like they would make working with paper a lot easier than this monstrosity. But this is actually a clay tool, so, you know, not really designed for that kind of thing. Okay, whoopsie daisy. Let's get you back in there. Go back in. I'm the clay whisperer. Okay, and let's get the end first. There we go. Go center and out. Center and out. And I'm not using a lot of pressure. Just enough to get it to move. I mean, I don't know how to describe the pressure I'm using. Probably, I mean, if you look at the back of my hand, probably enough to dent your skin. Okay, let me see. Enough to dent it, but not really leave a mark. I mean, I left a mark, you know. I'm not using that much pressure. I'm just going to kind of go over this again. There we go. Because that one had a big hole right there, and I didn't like that. So we use the excess to fill in the holes. Now what I'm doing now is filling in holes and pushing it away from the edge so we get a clean break. Okay? Alright, that's all the excess clay. So, the best way to do these is to flip them over, just like that. Okay, let's move this up so you guys can see. And then lift the mold. Lift the mold from your impression. Just roll it back gently, and if it wants to stick, which this one didn't, ta-da! I'm really excited. Okay, so where'd my big brush go? This is what I used for this. because this has a big, ooh, lots of cornstarch in there, but it's big and floofy and it's not going to smush your clay if you just go over it gently and make sure that you get sometimes there's little chunks of clay, sometimes there's excess cornstarch that is like really caked on and you don't want caked on. So there's that. Okay, we gotta bring the guy back. All right, we're gonna move poof. I'm gonna get a drink of juice. Okay, so we're gonna move this over here like so. And I do it on, you don't have to use a sill pad. I got a set of 4. There were 3 big ones and this small one. And for like $15 or something. And I never use this. That's 1/8 of a sheet pan. So I do have an 1/8 sheet pan, but I don't use it for any baking. Okay, so way to do this. First, I'm wondering if I should trim this. Nope, we're gonna leave it. But we are gonna wet it down a little bit. Just gonna spray some water on it and wipe the excess off on my towel. So it's just a little damp. It needs a little bit more water. I missed a spot, which is usually how I paint. I always miss a spot and then I have to go back to cover it up. Okay, there's that. And it's just damp. Okay, so let's move our glue. What I'm going to do, because I'm right-handed, I'm going to put this in my left hand. I'll flip it over again. See how easy that is? Now, I kind of want it to arch like right here. Okay? Or maybe I want it to go up and, I want it to go up and around. So let's kind of do that. So I'm going to take a little bit of this glue and put it on there. Okay. Yeah, I should have cut this down. I'm used to using this for big stuff, and then I had another little brush that's small, about a 1/2 inch brush. That's just one of those, adhesive brushes, I guess you call them. They're actually a glue brush. So, but I thought this would work, and it is working. It's just a little cumbersome. Okay, so I have glue everywhere. Oop. Put a little bit more on there. Okay. And I'm kind of OCD. Okay, I'm a lot OCD when it comes to adhesive. I want it even, so I'm trying to get it as even as I can. Like I said, there's still little lumps in it, and that's not good. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right there, and then just like that. Okay. And actually I can tell that it's kind of even because it's coming the same on each side. It's coming right to the edge of that. Okay. Now when I do Gypsy bottles, I have 3 of these, so I can do 3 bottles at a time. I am going to make more. I just got to wait. I got to find more pieces of scrap. Or wait for more pieces of scrap, basically. Because I used all of my scraps for other things. But what I do is I put one down. I let the glue set up. So that way if I get it in the place that I want it, I don't accidentally bump it. Because I'm good at that. So there we go. Now what I think I'm going to do is, I'm just going to leave that there for now. But I think I'm going to put, I don't know if to do another mold. Let's do another mold. Let's live on the wild side. So I was thinking of putting a key on there. But maybe I'll do this guy here. And then I can put initial in the middle there. Okay, I need to put some water on this because it got dried out. My voice is getting dried out. And see what I mean by needing gloves? It gets kind of mucky, see? But it's okay. It's all good. All right. You know what? I changed my settings on the live stream, so I'm hoping the audio is better than it has been in the past. Hey, I've only been doing this YouTube live thing for a week, so I used to do, I did a month's worth of Facebook lives, but Facebook live was easy. You just, you know, hit the live button, put in your little description, and then hit go live, and poof, there you went. This is a little bit more complicated, and I'm not a computer person. So lives to me are easier than actually like editing a video. I'm impressed. Once I got my computer and my phone and the SD card and everybody talking to each other, it only took me like between downloading from the SD card to my computer, getting it edited on, I used Shotcut, and getting it uploaded to YouTube. All in all, that I think it's 18 minutes. It's under 18 minutes. I know that, 17 something. That video only took me 2 hours to do. That isn't including record time. That was a whole other thing. But okay, we're gonna do this guy. I don't think I have enough clay for him though. Let's do, see, I think that one's too long, and that one's too tall. That one's too wide. Yeah, let's do this guy. I kind of like him. He's kind of creepy and cool. The one with the face, the one I was telling you about. So we're going to put the poofta in there. See? Poofta. I'm going to give it a little whirl. Give him all the details. Can you see this? Yeah, you can kind of see that. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of this. Probably need a little switch. We'll switch bolts. Okay. I'm just going to push that in there, just like that. Okay. Doo -doo -doo. This is really hard to craft without music. I'm not used to that. That's probably why I'm such a chatty Cathy, because otherwise I'm pretty silent when I'm doing this. It's because I need to fill the void with my voice, I guess. I will not sing for you, I promise. Because no one wants to hear that. I sing at work though, but it's so loud in there no one hears me. It's awesome. I also do my chants, because I might go post one on someone if I didn't. Okay, so starting at the middle, swiping out. Well, I'm not quite middle, I'm more, because I don't know where the middle's at on this one right now. Because I put a big chunk of clay on there. Okay. Okay, and let's turn this around. Get to the way. There we go. See, this space wasn't supposed to be designed to do this in, but until I figure out how to go live with my laptop, this is what we got to do for right now. Okay, so I need to get a little bit more off. We're just going to scrape it. And then scrape it up there. There we go. Because I want that keyhole to be all the way open. Okay, so go around the edges and swipe in. Okay, that makes it break away a little bit easier. And if you pull too high, you can always just go back. And I'm just tapping this, not very hard. You know. There we go. Okay, this is going back in with the other stuff, because I'm going to be done after this for now. And then my video for tomorrow, because I got behind because my computer and my phone and everything wasn't talking, so I got behind on my 100 lives, or my 100 videos in 100 days thing. So, because I work outside of the home, and I work 12-hour shifts, so I'm up at 3 a.m. and I don't get home until 5:30 p.m. So it gets a little long. All right, so see how it's already starting to lift out. Okay, and then we're just gonna go, whoops, we don't want to hit that, flip, and then pull the mold away. If it doesn't want to come, just gently bump it. There we go. He's kind of small. You know what? Maybe. Okay, since I only have one of these. I didn't really need him. Okay. I am going to put this over to the side, aka my bed, because my office is in my bedroom. I live in a little one-bedroom apartment. So I have an idea. Let's do this. Let's wipe this down. Whoa, Bessie. I can't find my alcohol bottle. Well, not my alcohol bottle, but my bottle of alcohol. Well, that didn't even sound good either. Oh boy, I'll just shut up now. So, whew, that's a little fumey. Okay, so let's see. Because I don't want. It still has water in it too. These are the ones that I washed them this morning, but like at 5 a.m. this morning. I got up, made my tea, and while I'm waiting for my water to boil in my little thing, I do what dishes I have left. Well, these were already in the sink, kind of chilling out. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the back of this bottle. I'm going to put it right there. It's a sacred keel. Okay, I'm a little, you know, whatever, it works. Oh, we gotta brush this guy off, because see, this is what I was talking about. Let me see if I can bring this up here without dropping it. You see that right there? I don't like that. That bothers me. So I hit it with the brush, and ta-da, he's gone. See? No more. There's some in the middle, but I ain't gonna worry about that. Okay, so flip it over. I'm gonna put this like literally right there. So let's get this right where we want it. And take a little bit of glue. And we're gonna brush it on there. Just like that. And I'm trying to not get any in the keyhole so you see the glass behind it. Okay. Oh, I almost hit the camera with the glue. That would not have been good. I've been pricing webcams, because the one I have now is actually really nice, but I want to have a backup. And I found the one that's exactly like this, the one I have here that I'm using now. And then I was thinking, well, if I can get it to stream on YouTube, maybe I can do Facebook Lives too at the same time. Do like a simulcast thing. Because they want like $300 a month or something insanely stupid like that. It might as well be $300. Maybe it's only $90 or something like that. But for like to simulcast at YouTube and Facebook or Twitch and YouTube or whatever. So I'm gonna save myself some money and just get another webcam and use my laptop, because I have a POS phone. Okay, yep, I like that. And then I'll put a medallion in the front. And then I'll hang a key off the neck here, and that'll look cool. I gotta get some more resin. Okay. That's the first step. Okay. And I'm just kind of gently pushing that down so it goes around the curve of the bottle. And I'm going to use the end of a brush here and just clean out that extra glue. This is it. I could have used this brush for the glue because this thing's just cheesy. I think this came with a Wilton thing I bought. I don't bake much anymore, but when I see something that it's really cool, I think is going to be cool, I buy it even though it's baking stuff, because I'm hoping next spring to buy a house. I hope. Depends on how things go. I don't like that. There we go. I won't be using it for candy decorating or cake decorating anymore. Well, that was kind of... It's not gonna go back in there. I don't care. Alright. I'm gonna kind of more texturize this then, since the glue's not. There. I like that. Okay, so that is how I put the air dry clay on the bottle. I use, where'd my Loctite go? Okay. Construction adhesive. Okay, I have used this to put stuff on furniture, and I used it when I was remodeling an RV, and let me tell you, the stuff does not move. How do I know? Because I glued my t-shirt together. Because I wiped it off on my t-shirt and it pinched and it stayed that way, and I washed it and it stayed that way. So I know it's at least as good as E6000, and it's not gonna give you a headache, but this is my favorite. So unless you have another that you think I should try, leave the comment down on the bottom down there, and then I will give it a whirl at my earliest possible convenience. But I think that looks cool. You see that? Now what we're going to do is let this dry, and then we'll flip it over and do the other side. I'll do the other side tomorrow when this is dry. And then what we do is mix up some milk paint, and while that's doing its thing, we take it outside and spray it with clear spray paint. Okay? Bear with me. And then we paint it really quick with milk paint. Okay? And I mean real milk paint. Real milk paint. I don't care what brand you use. You can use, what's her name? Miss Mustard Seed milk paint. I use Sweet Pickins milk paint. There's the real milk paint on Amazon. But I don't care what brand you use. Make sure it's the powder that you mix with water. There are brands out there that say, oh, this is milk paint, and it already comes pre-mixed. That is not true milk paint. That is going to give you the effect that this technique will. Because what's going to happen is we're going to spray paint it with clear. We could spray paint it with color too. I thought about doing that. So maybe we'll do an experiment too. We'll spray paint it, and then before it's dry, I mean, let it sit for like 5 minutes at most, and then hit it with the milk paint. What happens is it gets all crackly and cool looking, so you see the glass behind it. So maybe, I don't know, we'll play around with it tomorrow. I'm hoping to figure out how to stream from my laptop so we can just do this out on my patio or my balcony. We'll have to do it during the day because it'll be too dark right now, like, because the sun is on the other side of the building that I live in. So, but if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments section. And my intellectual inquiry for you tonight is, what's your favorite clay to work with? Do you like the air dry clay? Do you like paper clay? Do you like polymer clay? You know, what kind of clay is your favorite clay to work with? And let me know down in the comments. And what do you make with it? Do you make jewelry? Do you do something like this where you're applying it to another substrate? So let me know what you think. And if you found value in this video, please hit that like button. And if you would like to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button and click that notifications bell so you'll be notified when I go live or when I update my album, I guess you'd say, update my YouTube with a new video. I'm coming up with a schedule of how I want to do things for new videos and live, so we'll see how things go the next couple of weeks, and if I can do what I want to do and still make product for my business and work my real full-time job. I say real because it pays my rent at the moment. So I will let you know what the schedule will be. I'll change the banner on the YouTube channel so you can tune in on the days that you would be interested in, because I want to have cooking videos and art videos. So anyway, I gotta go. I need to clear off my bed because it's full of stuff, and cuddle up with a good pillow and call my boyfriend and tell him good night. So good night to you all. Peace, love, and happiness.